What's up, YouTube? USMC Vet here. So what's going on, guys and gals? We're doing September's Preparedness Month, so we're going to go ahead and get at it. Tonight's topic is we're talking about making a plan. So some of this may be rehashed for some of you, some of it may not. So for all the new people out there, this is for you. Maybe we can learn something. Learn you something, learn me something, maybe learn somebody that knows something. So a plan. All right, so I'm going off ready.gov right now. Provide links and descriptions below. All right, so step one, got to put a plan together, right? Make a plan. You and your family may not be together when the disaster strikes, or the riot, the looting, whatever. So it's important, you know, which type of disasters or what's coming your way. Now, in these times, it's hard to tell what's coming your way. So, you know, stay informed and make sure you know where everybody is at. Know how to contact everybody, and make a plan to figure out how you can reconnect if you're separated. So let's touch on that. So if your kid's at work, your kid's at school, your wife's at work, your wife's at school, do you have 3 evacuation routes for whatever situation may come your way? So we can talk about that. And then establish a family meeting place that's familiar and for everybody and easy to find. That's probably not the case if you're in a hurricane or tornado. So you need to establish a place like that, right? All right, let me see if I can bring up the share screen. And we'll get to looking at what's going on. All right, so as I said before, we're using this right here. All right, so what types of disasters you're preparing for is a good thing because not all are man-made, such as the rioting and stuff. So how will I receive emergency alerts and warnings? All right, so let's click on that. So first of all, let's think about this. Do you have a ham radio? Do you have a scanner? Do you have a CB radio? Citizens Band is good for everybody. It's fairly easy to install. There's I'd say 500,000 videos on how to do it on YouTube, so you should check into that. You can get the ham radio, the Baofeng, the Baofeng, the Retivus, whatever, and just program it for local FMRS, GMRS, MERS. So I'll get you some links to that if anybody's interested. But anyways, let's get back over here at this. All right, so how do you get your alerts? Well, most people have cell phones these days, right? So you can sign up for the public alert and warning system, or PAWS as it's stated here. This right here, which sends it to your phone, sent just good. I mean, but if the phones aren't working, your other options are as stated. What you need to know about WEAS can be sent by state, local, public officials, NOAA, the National Weather Service. Also, you get missing and exploited children, and the President of the United States sends you a text message. Some of you probably are turned off by that. The President can send you text messages at this current state of affairs. To provide comments or concerns about, you can contact your local officials directly. WEAS can be issued in 5 alert categories: imminent threat, public safety, amber alert, presidential, and text messages. Test. WEAS looks like text messages, but are designed to get your attention with a unique sound and vibration repeated twice. So if you have your phone set to nuclear siren or air raid siren, I don't know what this one is. I haven't heard it in a while, but I have received text messages about missing children on. WEAS has no more than 360 characters and include type and time of alert, any action that should be taken, and the agency issuing the alert. WEAS is not affected by network congestion, and will not disrupt text calls or data sessions that are in progress. Mobile users are not charged for receiving WEAS, and there is no need to subscribe. But you can go up there and select what message you want. Check the settings on your mobile phone. Each phone is different. Older phones are not WEA capable. Some cell phone models require you to enable WEAs, so you have to go on your phone and do that. Most mobile service carriers call these messages WEAs. Some manufacturers refer to them as government alerts or emergency alert messages. Check with your wireless provider. See if you can resolve any issue and figure it out. Emergency alert system is going to send you an emergency alert system, National Public Warning System, and allows the president to address the American people within 10 minutes during a national emergency. The alerts can be sent through broadcasters, satellite digital audio services, direct broadcast satellite providers, cable television services, and wireless cable systems. BAS can also be used by state and local authorities to deliver important emergency information such as weather information, imminent threats, amber alerts, and local incident information targeted to specific areas. The president has sole responsibility for determining what the national level EAS will be activated. FEMA is responsible for the national level EAS tests and exercises. The EAS is also used when all other means of alerting the public is unavailable. All right, so that's your phone. So if you want to get messages, go figure out how to do that. I'm sure there's a perfect YouTube video on that somewhere. NOAA weather radio. So no matter where you live, you should have a NOAA weather radio, and figure out your station, get it tuned in. Some of the new radios, even the new CB radios, the Citizens Band radios that you can put in your vehicle have a weather channel. So you can, whether you're driving to and fro, you can change out, I think there's seven channels per area. So you have to look into that. The NWR broadcasts official warnings, watches, forecasts, and hazard information 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So you can also get the forecast. You can get the $12.99 version at Walmart. I think it takes 4 AAA batteries. You can also tune Bailfang or Tevis radio to that. You can get hand crank radios with NOAA, but now the new CBs and ham radios also, well, ham radios can do it anyways, but the new Citizens bands, you can pick that up just by flipping a switch. So that's pretty cool. NWR also broadcasts alerts and non-weather emergencies such as national security, public safety threats through the emergency alert system. So that's a good thing to have. Just get you an emergency alert radio. I know if we click over to the military side, if you're in CONUS, they ask you to have these things, even though they'll broadcast it over the loudspeaker. Plus, probably send you text messages through nippers. Just depends. So, military has it covered. This is more the civilian side. Anyways, down below here, you can see the wireless emergency alerts fact sheet. Know your alerts and warnings. That's really good for if you do not know what the difference between a warning and a watch is. So there's a lot of good stuff on here. There's a kids versions, so you can have a word search with your son, daughter, whatever. Whatever their acronym is these. So that's good. It's a PDF. You can download that, print it out. There's an educator version for teachers to teach kids. Integrated public alert warning system. A link to the actual pause. The emergency alert system. Link to that, and then NOAA weather radio all hazards. So you can go there and listen to it on your computer too if you have internet. All right. So there's that, and I'll provide some links in the chat. That is super small. All right, there we go. So there's the page I was reading from. So this is the first thing in your plan that you want to do is figure out how you're going to get your messages across. Should systems go down? And then now you can have a plan on how commo. All right, so that's one. If you're still in the military and you're watching this, you can go to ready.gov/military, which I'll provide that link as well. It also gives you pretty much the same things, unless you're not in the continental United States. So there's that for you. What else? What else? All right, so we'll go back here and do one more, and then we'll wait for another day. I'm going to do 30 days of readiness planning. If you have questions, comments, bitches, moans, complaints, leave them in the comment section below, and we'll figure it out and get back to you. So, number 2 on making a plan is, what is my shelter plan? Do you have a shelter plan? So we'll cover this one, and then we'll get out of here. So it's not to bore you with all this preparedness, readiness stuff for one day. All right. So if you have radios or you have a CB, actually eBay, if you can find somebody that's a reputable seller on there, you can get a CB for 15, 20 bucks. There's a lot of good places that you can pick them up. So you don't have to go out and buy a brand new one. Truck stops are great. So there you go. So sheltering is appropriate when conditions require you to seek protection in your home, where you're at work or other location when the emergency arises. The length of time required for you to take shelter may be short, such as tornado warning or during a pandemic. We're already in one of those. In all cases, it is important to stay informed with instructions from local authorities and just have general intel, because general intel will keep you out of the path of the riots and stuff. So social media is a great place to find out information on that, because everybody posts on there. During extended periods of sheltering, you will need to manage water, food, supplies, and make sure that you have your family have what you need to get by. So managing food and water is also included in this link, the original link I posted up. So you go for that, check into that. There's a lot of good PDFs on here. There's a lot of good information. Of course, you can go further down the rabbit hole if you choose. Stay at home. Remain indoors as much as possible. Try not to leave your home when necessary, unless you have outdoor spaces, such as a garden, a patio, a porch, a yard. If not, you probably should move out of the city. Outdoor activities such as walking, jogging, and exercise are fine. If you practice social distancing, that's obviously a pandemic thing. So when outside, try not to touch anything: light signals, poles, playground equipment, benches, because cerveza bug can remain on surfaces for multiple hours. Another not for the rest of our life thing. Essential services such as grocery shopping, gas station, pharmacies, or going to the post office are still fine to do. Again, that's another technical quote for cerveza bug. Limit visitors if possible. Try using video chat, call people you would normally text. For the latest information on cerveza bug, check that out. Yep. So worst case scenario, you have to go to a mass care shelter. So avoid that at all possible. But if you do have to go to a mass care shelter, you don't have friends, family, or somebody that you can go to, they provide food, water, medical, and basic sanitary needs, but you also need to plan to take your own emergency supply kit. So take stuff that you need. There's an essential emergency supply kit list there. So that one, you can go there and get your free stuff, and live comfortably or live off the minimal amount. If you decide to go to a shelter, I would strongly suggest you don't. I would find another way. If you had to bike, walk, hike away from the area, if your car is unavailable or you can't, I would definitely get out of the cities. Check with local officials about shelter spaces that are available. Cerveza bug has altered the community's plans, so you need to check on that now. We just had a hurricane, and so I'm sure that's taken a large toll on how they process people in a mass care shelter. So be careful to take time cleaning things like cloth masks, soap, hand sanitizer, disinfecting wipes, general household cleaning supplies, and disinfecting supplies for disinfecting surfaces. Maintain 6 feet distance between you and people, even though that's not really going to help you in a mass casualty shelter situation. You can search for open shelters by texting shelter and a zip code to 43362 if you need a shelter. And of course, shelter in place, which most people are doing, whether you're at home, work, or wherever you frequent. There may be situations where it's best to stay in and avoid that. Hence the daily carry bag. I don't know what the acronym is today because it changes. So take your bag with you, take stuff with you, so that you're not without. Here's some indicators and steps to take if the situation arises. Use common sense and available information to assess the situation and determine if there is an immediate danger. Hence, the weather radio, the CB, the Veilfang, MERS radios, GMRS radios, FRS radios, whatever you can get, I would get, just so you can have communication. A scanner, portable scanner, that'd be great too. Fairly cheap if you find an older one. You don't need one with trunking because most city police have changed to secure channels anyway, so you can't use it without some high-tech, degree. I've seen large amounts of debris in the air, or if local areas say that the air is badly contaminated, that's when you need the mask. You may want to take kind of action. Sounds like we got a hint going over. Some tips for sheltering in place. Local authorities may not be able to provide information on what's happening. Hence, you want to have communications. Watch TV, listen to the radio, check the internet for official news and instructions as they become available. What are you doing, guys? Anyways, bring your family pets inside. Lock doors, close windows, air vents, fire dampers. Put up your plywood on your windows. Whatever the case may be per your situation. Turn off fans, air conditioning, and forced air heating units. Now, you don't have to turn that off technically unless it draws air from the outside. So if your central heat and air unit is inside, you should be perfectly fine by leaving it on. Situation dictates, not a nuclear threat. So dirty bomb, something like that, you probably wouldn't want to turn that on. You'd want to turn it off, tape all the windows up. Anyways, that's farther than we're going to go on this general chat. Go into your room with as few windows as possible for tornadoes. Seal all the windows, doors, and vents with thick plastic sheeting and duct tape. Consider measuring and cutting the sheeting in advance to save time. Yes, please do that. That's more sounds like to me a nuclear fallout threat. So I'm not sure why that's a tip for sheltering in place. But it is noted that that's what you should do. Cut the plastic sheeting several inches wider than the openings and label each sheet. You should do that with your plywood for your windows as well. So that in case you need to board up quickly, you can know which panel goes where without having to figure it all out. You already got it cut. I would go ahead and water treat the plywood. Just in case it has to be on there for a sustained amount of time. You don't want it rotting, somebody being able to get into it. Duct tape plastic corners at corners and then tape down all the edges, of course. Be prepared to improvise and use what you have on hand to seal gaps so that you create a barrier between yourself and any contamination. All right, so any contamination still sounds like a radioactive fallout. So I don't know what they're talking about there. Sealing a room is considered a temporary protective measure to create a barrier between you and potentially contaminated air outside. This type of sheltering in place requires pre-planning, purchase of plastic sheeting, duct tape, and that you would keep in your emergency kit. What are you doing, bro? All right, so anyways, that was last updated 5th month, 1st day, 2020. So shelter in place seems like they're talking about a nuclear fallout. Don't know, not 100%, but should definitely check it out. All right, well, it's 20 minutes in, guys and gals. If you have any questions, comments, complaints, bitches, moans, leave them in the comment section below, and we'll get back to you. This is the September month 2020, and we're doing a video a day for the get prepared, whatever it's for, whether it's for you're planning for the end of the world, you're planning for a comet to hit us, you're planning for rioting, looting, pandemic, bird flu, tornado, hurricane, wildfires, whatever. Wildfires have a specific thing that you can do. There's lots of things that'll help out with that, clearing your property and stuff. But we're just talking about making a plan today. And my hat is brought to you by Survival Starts in the Mind, not in the Pack. So, anyways, guys and gals, I appreciate everybody watching. This is hopefully a child-friendly version of my videos. If you are easily offended, do not watch my morning muster because there are lots of expletives in that morning muster. So, please only watch these videos that are rated for children if you're easily excited or offended by expletives. So, all right, guys and gals. Well, I'm Irish USMC Vet. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs down. Leave your bitches, moans, complaints in the comment section below. Have a great, safe day, and hopefully we learned something today. Semper Fi and Godspeed to all my brothers and sisters out there.